In terms of what's changed, it's probably easier to say what hasn't changed. There's been so many changes. I think it stems back to the masterclass when Stevie, I think it was probably week 3, and Stevie actually shouted me out and said, "There's a guy on this call that people need to know." And I was just I was in shock because I hadn't really engaged with Stevie in any way, and I'm still not quite sure where it came from, and neither is Stevie, but these things happen. And from there, I engage with Stevie, so I work with Stevie on a weekly basis and have done for over a year now. And I used to think I had a good business, had a good life, nice house, nice cars, nice holidays. But looking back now, I wasn't even scratching the surface. Stevie's taken me to places that I'd never really thought about. And not because I was lazy or didn't want to do them, I just never thought about them. I've always been the guy behind the guy. So I'm the guy that make sure we've got good financial information, make sure we've got financial projections, and we've got the funding to take us on, the strategy that we develop between us. And what Stevie has made me do in the last year is come out from behind the curtains. So in that last year, I've gone from being invisible to pretty much being in lots of different places. Now, I've written a book, I've got a bi-weekly column and a daily business website. I've created my own personal brand. I've created the website to go with that. I've refreshed the existing business website, put on 30 case studies. I've created a new business, created a website for that as well. And the journey just continues. Stevie's got me looking at things and doing things that I really hadn't thought about. And that's just been, amazing. I'll be forever grateful for Stevie giving away that course, because if it hadn't been for that, I probably wouldn't have engaged. I had a call with Stevie a few weeks before that, and he actually blew my mind. It was one of those calls where I came out of my office and went in to speak to Maria and said, "Wow, I don't know what happened during that last half hour there, because I was, confused, bamboozled, excited, intrigued." And then when the masterclass came out, I thought, right, okay, I need to sign up for this, and did week 1, and I thought, okay, that's interesting. Is this guy a genius or is he mad? I now know that he's actually both. We move into week 2. I'm getting more from it. Week 3, I can see what he's doing. Things are starting to land with me. I can see how other people are engaging on the call as well. But it got to that point where I think I'd emailed Stevie to say, this is fantastic, getting a lot from it. I think we then did the following week's session. And I phoned the next day to say, right, when can we start? Because I didn't want to wait another 8 weeks. I don't know if I can find a word to describe that. I mean, it's there's probably a couple of words. It's life changing, and I've heard many people say this. Stevie changes people's lives. And not just the lives of the people that he's working with or coaching or guiding or taking on that journey, it's the people around them. So I've seen the impact that it has on spouses, on children, on family dynamics. And just to watch these things happening, it's actually quite emotional at times. It's all very real saying, yeah, the business is doing well, the business is doing better, we're making more money, we're taking home more money. But it's when you see the impact on those relationships, for me, that's just so powerful. Next stages, I guess, are just continuing with what we're doing. So clearly working with Stevie and working with some of Stevie's clients is taking us into different areas. So that's been great. We've been working on, I think, about 6 projects over the last 2 months. We've got 4 clients signed up for Genius Board. We've got a pipeline of, I think, about another 12 who want to speak to us about creating the Genius Board. So for me, it's an ongoing journey. I think what Stevie does is opens a lot of people's eyes, and in opening their eyes, they then understand that they can go on a different journey, so that they can grow personally, but they can grow their business. And as part of growing the business, that ties in very nicely with what I do from the financial side, because I can make sure they've got the right financial information, we've got a good strategic plan, we've got the financial forecast going forward, and more importantly, we've got the funding to allow us to go on that journey. So it just dovetails really, really nicely. And certainly the feedback we're getting from those initial half dozen clients has been, it's been outstanding. I'd look at it the other way and say you can't afford not to. If you want to improve yourself and you want to improve your business, that's it. I mean, it's clearly an investment. If anyone has any doubts, they just need to go onto the Reach Your Peak page and watch some of the testimonials, look at some of the videos that people have left and showing the impact. Yeah, it's not cheap, but you get what you pay for. And there's people who've said they're getting more than 10 times what they've invested in doing this. And, for me, I can't put a number on it, genuinely. I know the profitability in my business has gone up, turnover's gone up, and it will continue to do so. My profile and positioning, that's all improved as part of what I'm doing. So, for me to put a number on that, no idea. But for me, it was clearly an investment, and it's definitely changed my life in the course of the last 12, 14 months. The other thing that Stevie encouraged me to do, not by asking me to do it or telling me to do it, was just watching him when he climbed the Conic Hill every day. I think he did 144 days in a row, and at the time I had a shoulder injury, so I'd not been able to use my gym, do any upper body weight training for a time, and I like to keep myself fit. So I decided that I would do something on a much lesser scale, and that was to do spinning every day. So I did my either 30 minutes or 10 kilometers on a spinning bike every day. And today I think I hit day 186 of consecutive days. And again, that was down to Stevie. And it's like all of these things, you just do one day at a time, and it becomes a habit. And it's like a lot of the other things Stevie teaches all of us to do. It's about making these habits and doing different things on a daily basis, getting that consistency and just taking the action to get things done.